Hello guys, welcome back to Wasted Wisdom. Ignore that youngster in the background laughing. In the true nature of the podcast, I'm assuming he's wasted.
And your wisdom?
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. No problem. I know my roles in a dog.
Yeah.
Those are my strengths.
The roles, shift.
We share them, yeah.
Yeah, Because you might know something that I don't know, and I may know something you don't. In this episode of Wasted Wisdom, we're bringing ourselves to the Red Talk table.
Red Table Talk.
Red Talk table.
The table of Red Table Talk.
We're going to go on Jada Pinkett's program.
Yeah.
And we recently watched the video that she released
2 hours ago.
Around 2 hours ago? Yeah. Released about her entanglement. Her entanglement.
Entanglement?
Yes, her entanglement.
It's a relationship.
With August Alsina, while
otherwise known as Og.
Otherwise known as Og, indeed.
It's not funny, dog. It's hilarious. Okay.
Oh God, I'm sorry. So, while
I'm serious now. Yeah.
Her entanglement with Og, while she was quote unquote separated.
We were broken up. What's the name say?
They were broken up, but not divorced, but broken up.
Right.
Alright? So, we have a few thoughts on that video.
Just a few.
Just
like
thoughts.
9.
Poor Augie.
Yo, I should ask you, first thing, did you actually watch like all the interview with Angela Yee and August?
Honestly, I did. I was supposed to watch the entire interview and I didn't. So, just like most persons, I only saw that snippet.
Yeah, like the 1 minute, 2 minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or honestly, I'm not even sure how long it was. It probably was longer than that. I can't even remember.
I think it was like 53 minutes.
Yeah, but it felt like that little clip though felt like at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, I was just wondering. But yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing either. But
let's
get into it.
Well, let's start with that interview first.
With the August one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
So do you think it was his place to share what happened between both of them?
Alright, well, first thing, should we probably just set like some background for people that don't really know?
Alright, you set the background.
Alright, so basically there was a rumor from a couple years back that Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith were in an open relationship and that Jada was dating August Alsina, who's a rapper who for some reason does not release any. I don't know. Honestly, dog, it come in like I know about the one album him dropped a couple years back, and I think he's doing something now. So it's like, part of me kind of wondered, like, him coming up with an album now, is he talking and having this interview with Angela Yee because of like a press run or whatever? I didn't even know.
Well, I guess that's the reason why we should have like watched the entire video.
Good point.
Because we don't really know what the interview was really targeting.
Good point. So we dropped the ball on that one. But yeah, that little clip that someone clipped up, like that spread like wildfire and everything. It just reignited that age-old conversation of if they were in an open relationship or not. And so people were saying like, yo, Jada, you need to bring yourself to the table. Because she does a show called Red Table Talk on YouTube, on Facebook. And so Jada agreed. And I didn't even know that she actually said she was going to do it. So when I saw it on your phone, Mark, I was just kind of floored because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Mm-hmm. But yes, that's basically the background. But yeah, let's talk about that entanglement shit first.
Oh, so you want to go with the entanglement, or you want to start with the whole August Alsina interview first? Because
Sorry, yeah.
Because I was
True.
curious
Yeah.
to find out how you felt about him sharing something from like 5 years ago that was between him and this married woman.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing that I think they would keep to themselves. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. They did technically keep it to themselves because they never spoke about it, except for the fact that August did rap about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's that, and then that just threw fuel to the fire.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then it just stoked up the conspiracy theory even more. It didn't even look like much of a conspiracy at that point. Right? Because the man have her middle name in a song, and I think in artwork as well. So the whole thing was just like, come on, man, like this is like an open secret at this point. So to me, it was just kind of like. But when I looked at the interview with Yee, it just looked like the man was hurt, dog. Right? And when you watch the Red Table Talk thing, basically what was happening was that he became a friend of the family due to
him needing healing.
Yeah, him needing some help and
Yeah.
ting and rate, and so the Smiths rallied around him. I'm not really sure how, because they
Right.
never went into explanation.
Right, because that's now transitioning into the Red Table Talk interview. That's one thing that really intrigued me, because you're saying this guy needed help. Like, what kind of help? And are you professionals enough to help him in the way he wanted help?
No, but you know what they said? The word that they used was sick. He was really
sick. Right.
Love sick?
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I found that very strange. Because they're like, oh yeah, man, he was really sick and we needed to help him. And then, now, what you do? Heal him with your front?
Well, I mean, he we don't hear about the sickness no more.
Wow.
So, I don't know, dog. But that's the thing, like, the timeline is kind of, sketchy. But essentially, that's all they really revealed. But right after they had set that up, basically talking about how August had fallen into their lives and thing, then basically Jada and, I was supposed to say Jaden, sorry. Jada and Will, they were over, and, Will was fed up with Jada.
Sick of this shit.
Yeah, sick of these niggas. And so, basically it was just like, all right, cool, I'm a cut. But then Jada's like, okay, it done. And then August is like, hello. And, the rest, they were entangled in relations at that point.
Right.
So,
Well, I don't know, bro. First of all, let me put my opinion out there when I say I don't believe that they needed to even share what they shared.
True.
Because it's none of our business anyway.
True. Can't say I wasn't intrigued, but
yeah. I was intrigued, but it's really and truly none of our business. Their relationship is their relationship. If it even was an open relationship, is that my business? No, it's not. It's their choice.
Right,
They can do whatever they want to do.
But that's the other thing. Like, people kept saying they were in an open relationship, but they seemed to kill that conspiracy. Like, it wasn't an open thing. They were
done. Exactly.
But they were still just married, like legally married. Yeah.
Exactly. So it wasn't a situation where Will gave August consent and said, oh, you can do whatever you want to do with my wife, or
Go
be
there,
entangled with my wife, Augie. No.
Yeah.
It was more of a situation where, according to the interview, where August brought the situation to Will and just made him aware of what was happening.
Right.
You understand? So it was not a consensual thing, or, oh, I give you my blessing, you may go now, Sir Augustus.
Right. And that was another thing that Jada pointed out too. It's like, well, it's not like I didn't need your permission. And the look, that's when I had to ask you to stop the video, dog, because I just looked on the look on Will's face, dog, and I was just like, true. Yeah, you are governed that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and so I don't know.
But when she started talking about the entanglement thing, and then Will did check her upon that.
I didn't rate that.
I didn't rate that, but what I especially rated was the fact that she called it an entanglement, and then kind of was like defending calling it an entanglement. Because to me, it was just very much like, yeah, you kind of are telegraphing that this is a bit embarrassing for you. So this, I'm not saying like, oh, hooray, you're embarrassed, hooray for me, I'm entertained by your embarrassment. It's not that. It's just more in the sense of, well, you're kind of telling me something that you probably would not admit to. So at least I'm looking kind of behind the curtain here. I mean, like, oh yeah, okay, so you still kind of feel a way about it, which honestly I can understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they made a very good point in the end where it was like, yo, this has been like 4 years ago. And I realized that's what social media does with a lot of things that get trendy or does with people's personal life. So sometimes things happen like 10, 20, 40 years ago. And it's like, because it's brought to light now, you make it feel, for us, it's like, oh, this is brand new.
Exactly, yeah.
And people have to be like rehashing things that they have gone through already. You understand? And to me, honestly, I don't think that's fair. Because again, it's not your business. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not your business. They have dealt with it before and they have moved on. But now because you just catching on to the news, it's like, how could you? And we don't like you anymore, or you're cancelled, or
Yeah.
or Will is a mama man or a waste man because him go back to be with somebody who cheat on him. Or
Which
what if
he didn't? No one cheated. They were separated. They just look away.
Technically, it's cheating, and I guess
they were married?
Yeah, because they were married and they weren't officially separated. They were verbally separated.
Well, I mean, to be honest, dog, that means that enough people who are going through a divorce, oh, well, I'm dating other people, but I'm still going through a divorce. That means they're cheating. I don't really consider it cheating personally. Because you're legally in a relationship with this other person. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about if you are still emotionally invested in this other person and in the relationship itself, which at the time they weren't. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it was really cheating, in my opinion anyway.
Well, yeah, that'll be your opinion. Because by me saying she cheated, and this is what even Will was trying to bring out by allowing her or reminding her to not just call it an entanglement, because it was a relationship that she had with the guy.
Right.
You understand? And the point is, they were separated. Legally, by the laws of marriage or whatever, they weren't divorced, because again, they never came out and said, okay, we were divorced and we weren't getting back together or blah blah blah. They never legally say we're legally separated. You know what I mean?
There's no such thing as legal separation, though.
You see me? Well, we'll research that. I'm not going to argue about that because I'm not 100% sure how that works. But all I know is that they weren't divorced and they were taking a break apart from each other. Does it make it right? Because I remember even he was saying it that if she, I think he was saying if she has some guilt or whatever. I don't remember that part, but.
All right, so I was wrong. Mark was correct, and yeah, there is such a thing as legal separation. Yeah.
Right. So, based upon what they're saying, because again, I'm not in their life. I don't know. What arrangements they made or whatever, but based upon the interview, they were saying they verbally separated from each other. As done with you, and I just wanted you to go find out how you can be happy on your own. That's what I'm saying, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. And so that doesn't mean no that, oh yeah, I can go sleep with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But which is why I rate Jada Pinkett, and I'll say it again, I rate Jada Pinkett, I rate them relationship, because she was able to look into herself and come to the conclusion that, hey, what I was looking for, I couldn't find it in anybody else. I could only find it in myself.
Right. Yes.
You
Now we're
understand?
going to the next
And-
part. Yeah. Mm.
And also, where she was saying that, yo, my problem was I thought that looking in the childhood trauma and helping other persons with their own trauma and childhood trauma and whatever would be healing me of my trauma, but not because I'm healing or helping somebody through what they're going through. That means I'm helping myself.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you though.
And a lot of people do that.
As someone who has done that, yeah, it don't make sense. But it's funny, like when you hear someone else say it, it sounds so obvious. Like, oh, you really thought you could heal your problems through somebody else? Like, what? That don't even make sense, dog. Like, why would you even think that? But I did it. And I know I'm not the only one who's ever done it.
Yep.
And there's another facet to it too, where it's like, because like love in childhood was probably unsafe to some degree, it's like, okay, I know what I'll do. I will just nurse this little baby bird back to health, and then I can get a relationship and feel safe, and blah 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 blah. So it'll work out perfectly. And it really doesn't, because let's face it, it's just selfishness. That's the main motivation behind it. Yeah, you're helping this person, you know, but let's face it, the primary reason you're helping them in this way is for yourself.
And what she said it too, and that's why I tell you, I rate her, because this is what I rate about her. She never go around the thing. Yeah. Even as much as she tried not to.
The entanglement.
The entanglement thing, but you know what I mean. She never go around the thing. Where she even said, "Yo, honestly, she had not been happy for years, and she just really was looking for the happiness."
Yeah, Will, if I remember correctly, Will looked pretty hurt at that point.
Yeah,
and
man.
Which, of course.
Anybody would have been hurt, bro.
Course,
Imagine you're with somebody for years and they're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't been happy all this time, you know." So yeah. I'm like, also what we had was this. Oh, you've been hurt the entire time.
But you don't know, say him probably wasn't happy too. But as a matter of fact, there was a previous Red Table Talk where he was there.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
If you watch the show, guys, he's never there ever. Is she and her mom for the most part? But he showed up. I think the whole family.
Her mom and
the kids were there.
and Norman.
For
her mom and
some guests.
Willow usually there.
Yeah, Willow's sometimes there too, for real. I don't think she's. What is she?
Well, most of the time.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that, for real. But then for the next one, like for this specific episode I'm talking about now, Jaden was there. Will's other kid was there. I can't remember his name right now, unfortunately. From a previous marriage, and Will himself, and they were talking about their relationship, and he was talking about how, yo, you know, I had this dream, I had this idea of what I wanted.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And how he would do all these things that he thought the family wanted, but really it was just him. He wanted those things. He wasn't really asking any questions. He wasn't really doing anything like that.
I remember that.
Right. Like, conduct a fucking survey, my guy. Shit. But anyway, he didn't do it. And so, you know, Jada got kind of just, you know, annoyed with it.
But it's funny you just say conduct a survey, my guy. Because the truth is, any one of us could fall in that trap.
Of course.
And let me tell you why. You reach a point in your life, and a lot of us aren't there right now, but we reach a point, imagine him reach a point in life where he can afford a lot of things that he couldn't when he was younger.
Right.
You understand? And then his idea of what a relationship is, a man should provide.
Right.
Not necessarily provide emotional support or or a listening ear or whatever, more so provide physical things.
Monetary support.
And monetary support and all of that. So what ended up happening for him is that he started building a life that he thought a woman or anybody would have wanted. You understand?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, build this big house because, you know what I mean? Every girl wants a big house, right? Or let me just get some and buy her this because every girl like this and I did all of this for you without listening to what she wanted.
Yeah, I mean, people like big house, but what's in it and how it's styled and all them thing, yeah, was what he wanted.
And as a matter of fact, she said she never wanted a big house. I don't know if you remember.
All right,
in the interview, she said she never wanted a big house. And she was saying, yo, this is too big. You understand?
Actually, for real.
You understand?
She did say that, yeah.
And so it's almost like he was just going by some blueprint in his own mind without like consulting with her. And so that's how they started growing apart in their relationship. So there are things she wanted that and things she desired that Will wouldn't even know about. I mean, things she was going through that Will wouldn't even understand because, again, the time wasn't given to listen, to relate to each other. And then I guess between all of that and other things, they decided to separate.
Right.
And then that's when the whole August thing happened.
Right.
And then she learned from the August thing because, again, she was looking for excitement, fantasy, thrill.
Newness,
freshness,
but you see,
happiness. And when she went down that road, she realized that, hey, this isn't really where it is.
But you see, as much credit as we're giving Jada, there was another point where I think you and I both were kind of like, what? Anyway, but yeah, basically it was when she said, well, you know, I don't have any regrets. I don't feel that there were any transgressions made.
Like, yeah, because you need to kind of own up to that still.
You know, I learned about myself. Yes, you did. And as good as that is, you still, I don't know.
So basically,
I can't say that it's not two adults here. So I can't even say, I can't even discount August's role in all of this. But at the same time, because he's an adult too.
Right.
He's responsible too.
Yeah, he might be half her age or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's an adult as well.
True. But I guess because I don't have that argument and it was Jada who made this argument, I'm holding Jada to task for
I'm definitely holding her to it because it's almost like saying, okay, me and my girl are together and I cheated on her, and so I don't feel remorse for cheating because hey, guess what? I learned that I love you more by cheating on you.
Yeah.
So I don't regret doing it.
Yeah. I mean, again, the cheating argument is because legally, as I now know, they were still together. They were still in that relationship legally, but emotionally there was that separation. So yeah. So we're not necessarily saying they're cheated. I mean, again, it's up to interpretation and if they cheated, if she cheated or not. And even August, I mean, for him alone,
so let's
feel fuck up about himself.
Let's be frank, as I like to be straightforward. So I am saying she cheated when I go use a fancy words and go around the thing, and talk about emotional separation and blah 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 blah. The fact is, she cheated. You see me? And what you're saying, Jason, is you don't believe that is technically cheating because they said they separated.
I mean, to me, dog, is like if I'm in like some common law relationship or something, right? Or even just some long-term relationship, and then I say, yo, it done, right? But in the eyes of the law, it's not done. To me, that's different, right? No, you can't remarry. You can't do that, right? This person is not your family in terms of the law. That's not the case. But let's face it, in any other relationship, if I say, yo, we're done, we're split, even if we're living in the same house.
Yeah, but then Jason, this is a marriage. This is not no girlfriend, boyfriend.
I agree.
Set up shop over the road kind of thing.
I agree.
If I set up shop over the road, I'm going to tell you, I'm done, because we're not on a legal binding thing for say we're together.
I agree.
You understand? And then even so, you're still leaving room for me to say that we are together. Imagine me and Mary Lou together, and I don't feel emotionally satisfied in my relationship, right? And then me and Sulin go have intercourse, and I come back to Mary Lou and say, Mary Lou, you know, say me and Sulin did do a thing, and Ray, but remember, I was emotionally separated from you in my mind, so this is okay.
You're married in this scenario?
No, it's just a girlfriend.
No, but but when you say emotionally separated, no break up.
No, we never break up. But just say, because based upon what you're saying,
different than dog.
No, because based upon what you said, Jason, it's like you're saying because they in their marriage decided that this is just a separation. Verbally, them say we're done. Them not sign the divorce papers. They didn't even try to file for a divorce or nothing.
No, but we don't know that. That's the thing. We don't know if they filed for it, because maybe they did. But let's face it, it takes years sometimes before you can get divorced.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough, Jason. But all I'm saying, I know what you said, but in my mind, I know that if they had filed for a divorce, they would have said, yeah, man, we were even going to get divorced.
All right, that's fair. I kind of think they did, because I don't think they wanted.
They specifically emphasized that they said, we are just separating. You go and find out how you want to be happy. I go my way and find out how I want to be happy.
But if someone says to you, yo, I'm done with you, what am I supposed to think? Oh, well, we're still married though. Nah, dog, that don't make sense to me. If someone says, I'm done with you, I don't think that there's anything other than divorce in my mind. So we might have to just agree to disagree.
But I agree with you still. That's why I agree with, because again, it's not just a girlfriend-boyfriend thing. And again, it's probably how I view marriage, you see me? Probably just because of how I view marriage.
Maybe.
You see me? If I just a little girlfriend and tell her, so you know, so I'm done right now, you know, and this is it, you know. And then that did happen, then I'll be like, alright, she in the wedding, alright, so that happens to you guys.
I guess for me, and I know we're kind of sidetracked here, but for me, I guess when I'm in a relationship, I might as well marry you, because I'm already taking the investment in you and into the relationship, right?
Agreed.
I'm having a mindset of I'm trying to go in a certain direction. So this is not just oh yeah, we're just doing this to be exclusive. For what? What is the point?
I agree, you know, Jason. You see that part there? I agree, because when you're dating, or if you're in a relationship with someone, my belief is that okay, I am here because I'm serious about this person. We're not there for just pass the time. You understand? And so I get that part. But then now when it comes on to marriage itself,
right?
They put the ring on the finger, you sign up your documents, and you say this is binding till death do us part, rich, poor, sick, health, whatever else them say.
Yeah.
Right? To me, that is a next step, a next level. That is a contract, binding contract between you and someone. And then just for verbally say now, I am done, and then turn your back and go over there, so. Right? And then as I turn my back, your drum going down there, so. To me, it's still cheating. And I'm not saying me and knock her feet and me and say, yo, Jano Star, them shouldn't be together. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying call it what it is.
Alright, I really don't mean to belabor this point, but I guess I just want to defend what I'm saying. But I guess for me, it's like when someone is going to file for divorce, right, they usually cite some reason. What is the reason that they would cite? They certainly can't cite cheating. They're not going to cite that. They're going to cite irreconcilable differences or some shit like that. That to me illustrates why it's not cheating.
Alright, well, let's leave it there, so.
Okay, no problem.
Now I'm going to argue about it because I have my point, I'm a hold firm to it.
But I think you're right. I think it's because of how you think about marriage and how I think about it. I think that may be the reason. Whereas for me, it's like pretty much right out the gate is like this is the thing. I don't mean to say that you are not serious about your relationship right out the gate.
Mhm.
Right? Because I think we're very
No,
similar.
but you can't say that because again, in the beginning, notice what I said. When I'm engaging with a female, right, and if I'm saying I'm dating someone, that means okay, this is towards the end goal, which is marriage.
Exactly.
You understand?
But
me and you dating right now don't necessarily mean we're married. Me and you, even if I live with you, even if my there with you for 5 years, it does not say that we're married.
I know, but what I'm saying in terms of the difference between how you and I pre-it is basically just that. Sorry. Yeah, basically the difference is that for me, if I'm with you and then I am married to you, I'm not gonna feel any different. It's business as usual for me.
No, but again,
Okay, so I don't know. I'm not sure what the difference is. Then. I'm not sure what the difference is. Yeah.
But again, I am just thinking about the legalities, and because then again, just let's if there are no boundaries or no limits set, right? Because again, my son and my father, line upon line, precepts upon precepts. You see me? If there are no limits, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get serious, bro, but listen, because it's something to take serious. Because again, if you don't have any upper limit to the thing, why then me I get up and get married to anybody in the first place?
Yeah.
You understand?
I am not disagreeing.
Might as well me get up and say, okay, I like this girl. We're going to take this serious. Oh, tomorrow she upset. Oh, I'm done with you, and then we just go separate ways. Yeah. And I hate that.
Yeah, but then, right, you know what? I'm gonna just tie it back into the conversation with both Jada and Will, because the thing is, remember when they were talking about the fact that, you know, how they phrased it. Oh yeah, basically like when there was no when I think it was Will who said it, like, yo, there was never a threat. No, I don't actually remember who said it. One of them said it. Where it's like, yo, there was never a threat to the family. Like, it's not like Jada in choosing to go this direction was going to lose access to the kids or whatever, or they would stop being a family unit or any of them thing there, you know, and they didn't keep secrets. They both knew what was going on. That level of transparency, yo, that's a real blood clot fucking relationship, dog.
Right, but boy,
that's what I'm telling you. I'm not sure what the difference is between us.
Saying, bro. It's like the fact that I call it cheating, it make it oh my god, that means it's a horrible thing and she's supposed to be condemned to hell. No, bro. I'm just saying, call it what it is. She cheated.
Okay. All right.
If it wasn't cheating, why then would they red table talk?
Because, well, dude, for various reasons. One, oh, it was an open relationship. No, it wasn't. Two, oh, but did that with this young youth. That's kind of different. Yeah. Anyway. 3, oh, here's the real situation that was going on in the yard, right? We were broken up. So to me, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck else that mean, dog.
My ideas go back to when I was in church. I'm a very vibrant member of church and had a lot of questions.
Right.
And I remember the topic of divorce in church. Something that was very intriguing to me because the church doesn't believe in divorce. Well, my denomination doesn't believe in divorce. And
the Bible say it too. Jesus don't believe in it. You can't divorce that.
Right.
What God put together, no man tear asunder them things.
Right. So so I did some research into it and tried to understand a lot of things about how this divorce thing works. And so why I stood so strongly to my point, and still stand strongly to my point, is the legalities behind a divorce. So barring feelings, barring, oh, I'm upset today and we just don't like you today, barring all of that, right? Legally speaking, the covenant that you made between yourself and your spouse is legally binding. Legally binding. And
also by God.
And also by God. You understand? And so what I was trying to say is that in them verbally saying they have separated, right? It does not mean that they have divorced, or remove themselves from the union.
Right, and you made the point also off air just a while ago that if they didn't sign the divorce paper, it's not a legal divorce. It's not a divorce at all.
Right, which is why whenever you watch certain movies and the people always trying to run down the other spouse to sign the papers, because if you don't sign the papers, legally the other person can't get married again.
Right.
Because again, that would be seen as them being a bigot, or it is seen as adultery,
Right.
basically.
And then also, if you even try to get married outside of that, it would be out. Well, you can't get married.
Yeah, because if you do, that's illegal. You
Right.
understand? So
Right.
that is the point I was trying to make.
Right. Okay, so I guess my stance on it was one where it is definitely not as, I guess, serious, if you want to call it that. Because I think I put myself in a situation where basically it's just like, yo, if someone said I'm done with me, the relationship done. No, sure, legally speaking, is a different situation, a different kettle of fish, whereby, yeah, I'm gonna have to get this sign, I have to go do that, and sign this, sign that, pay them how much money, for then go fuck someone else and not have it be illegal, or start a relationship with someone else and not have it be illegal. For me, it's like my mind is just way too, I guess, liberal or relaxed about all of that. So for me, it's like, nigga, you're not together. So I think that is really the difference. So technically, you're not wrong, but I just don't hold fast to that. Like, shit, if I was in that same situation and then they bring me to court because I cheated because of that, then I'm like, oh shit, and then you could fuck me up because I did this outside of the actual divorce. And so in a legal sense, that's what it would be. Or, in those kind of countries where religion and law is like almost perfectly intertwined, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. You'd probably have a serious problem on your hand in that situation. But in a more, I guess, leftist or left-leaning thing, I really don't give two shits. So I think I get what you're saying now. Right. Okay, cool. Great. Let's go back to what we talked about. So yeah. One other thing though that Jada had said was that the deepening of her and Will's relationship, it was forged through the fire. So basically it's like, in quoting Shaka Khan, she was just like, yo, here's the deal. You want like a serious, deep, honest, raw, vulnerable relationship, right? That Jada and Will love, which, granted, was not quite what we thought, but still quite impressive.
I still think it is what we think it is.
I mean, it's very impressive, I must say. I just didn't think it was.
A lot of people will disagree with me, but I still think it is what I thought it was.
Cool, fair enough. But yeah, I still rate how much they had gone through and the fact that they came out of it still together despite the decisions like, yo, we're done, all this shit. They still stay together. They didn't do it for the kids. You know what I mean? They did it because, yo, I'm still making the decision to be here, to stay here. And that's another thing they didn't really talk about. The reconciliation.
No, I think they never had to speak about that because they had already gone through that in the first Red Table Talk where he was there.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. That is true.
So they never really had to discuss.
Which means they glossed
all of that
August thing in the first one.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah. So meaning they omitted, not even gloss over, omitted the August thing in the first episode.
True. Very true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this topic. You can leave it in the comment sections.
Yeah,
on whichever platform we're on.
Yeah, or just shoot a line over at our handles. They're on screen, or they're in the description, or whatever.
Yeah, send me a DM if you want to curse me.
But yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, youth. Yeah.
Alright, so to like really close off this podcast, Jason, I think the final question should be, as men, would you do what Will did? Or do you even see yourself having the capacity to do what Will did?
Such a good question, Doug. This is such a good question. And I have two ways of answering this. I'm just gonna answer it in just like the normal way first. I think so. I guess I won't ever know unless I was in the situation.
Well, obviously.
Right. But I think that, yeah, I probably would. For...
Oh, so you would have stayed?
We see. All right, remember what she said in the thing, you know? She said... Or, sorry, he said... Sorry, no, she said, yo, he was done with me. We were broken up.
Right.
Right? And then he said, yeah, I was done with your ass and all them shit.
Yeah.
Right? So, to me, he was the one who seemingly was instigating the cut. Right? So, ask me about the question again now.
So I'm saying, would you stay?
Would I stay?
After everything that happened, because remember, he's there now.
So you're saying, okay. So you're saying like, would I stay? Oh, sorry, no. Okay, guys, we're high. Sorry. So, fuck. Okay. Yeah. So what you're saying is, would I do what Will did?
Yeah. Would you stayed?
Right.
That's eventually. That's what ultimately. That's what he did. Stayed.
Yeah. But I guess I was thinking about it in terms of like, but wait, when did he leave? Because, you know, that's the difference in the context. Because the thing is that he was the one that was saying like, yo, I done with your ass. So, technically he left.
Yeah.
Right, and now you're asking me, would I have left?
No.
See, okay.
I'm saying, brother, what you made this man?
I'm telling you. Communication is literally broken.
Would you stay? Because the end of the thing is, he is there. They're in a relationship right now. So would you have stayed after she fucked August?
Oh, would you have come back, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Yeah, probably. I could have probably did. Yeah. Especially given what we know about the relationship, because again, obviously we don't know everything, but given what I know, given what was revealed to me, given the link, given the history, given that they had children, given that they built this life together, given the overall history, up until that point, it's like, no, yeah, I know I said I was done with you, and whatever, and then, you know, you do your thing. And then somehow we reconciled. Yeah. I guess basically it's like, in one way it's like, yo, I could value this because I still do. And, you know, there's a difference in perspective maybe because we've lived life separately for a time. And so now it's like, okay, I'm coming back now. Things different, because if things really were the same, I don't think they would stay together still.
No,
I don't think they'd be healthy.
That could never be.
Exactly.
You see me? Which is why I told you this would end the discussion or the argument that we were having earlier off air.
You want to give them like some context about that discussion?
Nah, next time.
I really want to though, but go ahead. It's fine.
You see me? But the point is, I do agree. Again, I would have stayed as well. You see me? And I know a lot of persons going to be like, wait, so them you to a clown. You understand? But given the context of what happened and how they discussed it and the lessons learned afterwards and how they came together to acknowledge these lessons, that is why I'd stay. How they communicate.
Yeah, fully get that.
You understand? And that rests even the discussion that we were having earlier, bro.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Even though like they're gonna be really wondering like what.
No, okay, all right, give them some context.
All right, so basically, all right, how much detail you want to give it the context?
That's
like,
really up to you.
Okay, no problem. I'll just thought the whole thing. I don't really mind. All right, so basically, they're like Mark was basically thinking like, well, I you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? But you're basically trying to gauge like, okay, Jason, but how do you perceive the grounds for leaving?
Right, how far is too far, and when is too far, and you know, what on what basis would you leave your relationships other than like the obvious reasons for some people?
See, and that's
where the break in communication
took place
because again, each and everyone have their own threshold. You understand? And each person really have their own pain tolerance. So what is a red flag to me or a situation that I can't tolerate for me may not be the same for Jason. And what is for Jason may not be the same for me. Yeah.
Right. So as a result, that's why, you know, two people could get together, but it still don't work. Why? Because there's just certain differences, full stop. It's not because, you know, of any bullshit, but it's just some people literally just can't die. They live different lives, they think in different ways. And so, yeah. And, you know, other shit too, but yeah. Hopefully you found this informative. As we said before, just like shoot over some questions. Or just what you thought in the comments or in the DMs or wherever social media is located. You need to drink some water though. You want more water?
Sorry. Yeah.
Alright, take care guys.
Oh crap. So that going to be in it?
You guys still recording?
Dead.
It's okay, I'm gonna stop.